Hi everyone, my name is John Lee and welcome to my channel, Canto Malo. And today I just want to talk to you about how my family celebrates and prepare for Chinese New Year from a Midwestern ABC, American Born Chinese perspective. First of all, as many of you know, Chinese New Year is coming up and it's coming up this Friday, February 12th. And there's some things that my family do to prepare for the holidays. On the 28th of the Lunar New Year, the third to last day of the Lunar Year, that's when we clean out the house. We sweep, we mop the floors, we dust everything. And there's like a saying that my family has, "Li nya ba cheng la tat," and that's because on the 28th, that's when we clean everything that's dirty. And that's kind of a symbolism for just cleaning out the bad luck, the bad spirits of the old year, and preparation for a new year with a clean slate. We just go around the whole house and just clean everything out in our rooms, and some people just have a lot more to clean than others, but oh well. And then on the 30th, so the last day of the Lunar Year, that's when we actually have our feast. You might think we actually eat big on the 1st of the Lunar New Year, but actually it happens on Chinese New Year Eve. That's when we have a mega big family reunion dinner. It's kind of like the Thanksgiving of the Chinese community. This year might be a little bit different because, the pandemic, but like usually everyone's gonna come back, all the relatives, all the cousins, everyone comes home to celebrate. A lot of the foods that we have during Chinese New Year is actually a symbolism of good luck. Most of it actually comes from puns. And so here are like the top 8 that I have for the most punny Chinese New Year food that we have. So fish. Fish is yu in Cantonese. A common phrase you might hear during Chinese New Year when we greet others is li nin yao yu. And li nin yao yu means every year we want to have more and more or extra. And that sounds really close to fish, and that's why fish is on the dinner table. Chicken is another example that we have. Chicken is ji in Mandarin, and ji sounds a lot like ji for prosperity, for good luck. That's why we have chicken on the dinner table as well. Number 3, onion, chong, and chong sounds like chongming for intelligence. 4, we have celery. Celery is Choi, which sounds like kan for hardworking. Number 5, we have lettuce. Lettuce is san Choi, and it sounds a lot like sang Choi, which is to give birth to prosperity. And number 6, we have fat Choi, and it sounds a lot like fat Choi. Fat Choi meaning to strike it rich. Fat Choi is part of our regular greeting for Gong Hei Fat Choi. That's where it comes from. And fat Choi is like algae. It's like a black moss veggie-like thing that we serve, and it just looks like a bunch of black moss on a table. Number 7, we have ho si, which is oysters, and it sounds a lot like ho si, which is good things. So just hoping for good things for the new year. And then number 8, we have lin go, a classic. Lin go is just literally lin year, go cake. Lin go, the go sounds a lot like high, and so we just hope to go higher and higher every year. Some of the food and how we have it on the dinner table actually has some importance in terms of how it's prepared and served. For chicken and goose that we have and fish, we actually have to have it head to tail on the table. So you'll see the whole fish from the head all the way to the tail, and same for chicken and goose. And the reason for that is because we want to make sure we hope that from head to tail of the year is also going to be good fortune, good luck. If you chop it off, you're just gonna have, you're gonna be chopping off the good luck and all the good fortune that you were hoping to have for the new year. So we have to have the head to tail of these animals on the table. Another food that we'll definitely be having is pork. And pork is just more like it's just in ancient China, pork was really hard to come by. A lot of people had to save up, and even with my parents growing up, it was just really hard to have pork. And so a lot of people just save up all year just to have pork on Chinese New Year. And that's when everyone comes together and have pork together. Having pork nowadays just really hope, it's a hope for, just having a rich life this upcoming Lunar New Year. Because we're in the Midwest, we can't find a lot of snacks around. So my parents will personally make some Chinese New Year snacks. Some of the snacks we have is like ribbon cookies, which is like dan-san. We have Chinese New Year fried dumplings, which is yao gao or gao zai. That's really just yao. It's just to, also just to have extra in hopes of having a lot of just more and more prosperity over the new year. And we also have crispy sesame balls. And the preparation for crispy sesame balls is actually the reason for why it's a symbol of good luck. It starts out as a small dough, and then it gets bigger and bigger as you fry it. And that's kind of like the symbolism for hoping that this small fortune will grow into more and more over the course of the year. So because, we're in the Midwest, and we can't find a lot of everything, another thing we can't find is parades. There just aren't a lot of parades that you might see in the East and West Coast of the States. Growing up, I went to Chinese school. Me and my classmates would just perform, songs and poems. Some people might recite some stories. Some students will also perform Chinese dances and martial arts demonstration. Every year, my family and I really look forward to watching the CCTV Chinese New Year Gala on Chinese New Year's Eve. So the gala started back in, I think, in the 80s, and it's on the Guinness Book of Records for the most watched television program in the world, with over 1 billion people that attracts and viewers every year. So you'll see performances there, such as Sun Sing, which is for when stand-up comedians there's usually 2 stand-up comedians that stands together, and they'll perform a skit of some sort to address some societal issues or political problems, and it's usually pretty funny. We have people performing dances and acrobats and other performances to showcase the Chinese culture in general. The most famous performance probably is the Thousand-Hand Bodhisattvas. That performance was back in 2006, when I was in middle school, and it was just 21 deaf people being able to perform a dance, without being able to hear the music, and they're able to do it with such precision and accuracy. It's very amazing, very memorable. I would really highly recommend everyone to watch it. I'll leave a link in my description below because I just think it's well worth watching. I think that's pretty much it for today. So in my next video, I will cover what happens at the stroke of midnight for Chinese New Year. So thank you so much for watching, and I wish everyone a happy Chinese New Year. 恭喜發財，身體健康，拜拜。